Hi everybody, Jean back with a vengeance. We're going to be looking at some InSight lander type megaliths found in the southern hemisphere of Mars. The HiRISE photograph we're analyzing is simply called slope monitoring, and you'll find the link to this page in the description below. Acquired on the 2nd of November 2018 at 25 centimeters per pixel resolution. And I'll be showing you anomalies I cropped from both the JP2 black and white map projected file as well as the merged RGB color strip. This is a low-res crop from the black and white JPEG. We'll be analyzing anomalies found in these slopes and gullies, as well as some on top of these flat plateaus. And the RGB color strip, there's a crop from that, and NASA's using this funny shade of blue again all over this image, just like they did in Elysium Planitia, close to Rover Curiosity and InSight lander. This region's located in this rather strange looking geological region of Mars. So the HiRISE photograph we're looking at hasn't been loaded at the time of this video, but I have covered two other photographs in this region in the past. We'll have a look at the anomalies towards the end of the video. So the first anomalies that are found in the color strip, we've got what look like megalithic blocks and slabs, specifically these two over here. And then tightly packed blocks in this region. So let's check out the first blocks located in this region. This one measures about 12 by 8 meters across. Got smooth, flat surface and very straight edges to it, as well as a 90-degree angle at this side. And next to it we've got what looks like a smaller block made of different material. It's lighter in color, so I'm not sure if these blocks are made of the same type of material, or possibly this lighter material is a different type of mineral. So up close we've got this very flat, smooth surface, nice edges to this block, and then that smaller bright block next to it. It's almost like a little cube. We've got this massive block over here measuring about 12 by 12 meters. If we zoom in on it, very straight edge on this one side. It looks almost as if it's been machined by that straight line running through there. And then next to it, very strange anomalies as well. But what looks like a little triangular object on top of a smaller disc-like object over here. And then to this side, it looks like another rectangular block, the rounded edge to it on this side. Also a lighter material. Could that be a different mineral perhaps? And then just for comparison purposes, I'm looking at other anomalies very similar to these. This was found in Elysium Planitia, close to InSight lander and Curiosity rover. Also check out the straight edges and flat smooth surfaces on these. So I've got 90-degree angles to that piece there. Also about the same size. Here we're looking at this smaller rectangular block, which is about 8 meters long by about 4 meters wide. We zoom in, we can see straight edges to this one as well. Smooth flat surfaces. Here we can see two of the sides. Looks almost as if this side here could be an opening of sorts. Now we're looking at the blocks located to the bottom left. These are rather small blocks. They only measure about 2 to 3 meters wide and about 2 meters high. And what's intriguing about these is the way that they've been arranged on top of one another. We've got a larger rectangular piece at the bottom with 2 smaller ones on top, and behind it another rectangular block partially visible over there, and a strange disc-shaped object over here. What looks like it could be a convex shape. Rather odd things going on here. Perhaps this is a hidden entranceway. Have a look at the blocks are found near InSight lander at Elysium Planitia. Also tightly packed next to one another. Pretty similar to this over here. So it's intriguing that there's similarities like this to Elysium Planitia, which is up at the equator, and this region, which is, I think it's about 31 degrees south. Confirm that towards the end of the video. And then another Asimov type wall or structure, these massive blocks. But what's intriguing about this is the blue streaks coming out of the ridge line, running down the gully or slope. This looks almost like some type of liquid that is seeped up to the surface, running out of these big blocks and down the slope or gully. Up close we can see these blue streaks. Possibly this is synthesized color that NASA added by combining different photographs, but it is intriguing that they use this blue color. 2 more blocks right there. Check out these others. They look like all part of some type of structure or ruin. As we've seen in previous photographs, major devastation hit the surface multiple times. Possible explosions, flooding, and even electric arcs. Many theories about that. And let's check out these 2. This measures about 12 meters across, about 12 meters wide. And up close, very smooth flat surface. Check that out. Got a straight line running through there. Could that be a line separating these 2 blocks? Or was that machined into the surface? And then on this side, what looks like a little rectangular carved out area, rather unusual. And then this nicely rounded arc to it on this side as well. Okay, here we're looking at more blocks, specifically this one here to the left, and also rectangular in shape, straight edges to it and right angles. And then what's intriguing is this protrusion on the one side, very similar to another block I found in Elysium close to InSight. And there it is right there. So straight edges to it, right angles, smooth surfaces with that strange protrusion on the one side. It might be that this is a similar block, but it's lying on its side, whereas this one's sort of standing up. And this strange object over there, it's about 15 meters long. It looks almost like some type of wreckage It's embedded itself in the side of this gully or on top of this ridge. Also with more streaks running down the slope. Now let's check this piece out. It's a very bright type of material. It's got a nice straight edge, and then this rounded part over here. Looks almost like a piece of wreckage or debris, or maybe could this be an opening, a hidden opening? You know what you guys and girls make of these in the comments, please. I'll appreciate that. Another block over here. This one's about 5 by 5 meters. There's that looks like wreckage or machinery up there. Up close we've got what looks like another cube with 3 sides visible, 90-degree angles to it as well, and smooth flat surfaces. You get the blue streak running past here. And let's see, these streaks are about 50 meters long on average, and about, let's see, a meter and a half wide. More blocks and ruined pieces over here. Now we're checking out these. This one over here measures about 10 by 10 meters, and it's got a ridge line running through the center, cut parallel to the 2 sides. Flat surface, 90-degree angle over there, and this looks almost like a piece of metal plate, partially buried in the sand, elevated on this one side with this rounded corner to it. Check out these anomalies. This is a weird one right here, but let's check out those 2 first. They both measure about 6 by 4 meters up close. This one's got another carved out rectangular area in it, parallel to the one side. Highly irregular as well. And then this strange object over here. I'm not sure if it's a type of machine or some type of technology. Check out this. Yeah, it looks like a tube with an opening over there, and it's joined to this rectangular piece which fits into this side over here. Rather weird object. Maybe it's a type of a ruined structure or block with this rounded piece carved onto it. Some type of pillar perhaps that's toppled over. But it does look like some type of technology, maybe even wreckage. More blocks next to one another over here. These are quite big as well, measuring about 8 by 8 meters. Up close, 2 blocks next to one another, straight line running through there. You can see 2 of the sides, and 90-degree angles over here. And it seems to be embedded in something that's partially buried in the sand. And also very similar to more blocks found in Elysium Planitia near Curiosity and InSight lander. So same geometry and size as well. Another rectangular block there. This one's about 12 meters long, about 4 meters wide. Straight edges to it, 2 smooth surfaces on either side there, and a little rectangle carved into the one corner there. Also very similar to another block my friend found in Asimov, Saturn Ark. I'll include a link to his channel below as well, and it also has a little part carved out on the one corner as well. Then we've got multiple little blocks packed together. These two very similar. We've got a long narrow rectangular piece and then two smaller blocks on either side. So lots going on in this region. So let's start. We're going to look at these down here. These measure about 6 by 6 meters. Up close, that narrow piece with the two smaller objects next to it, tightly packed together. And very similar up there. Also measuring about 6 by 6 meters. Got a rectangular piece to it and two smaller ones on the side, tightly arranged together. What are the odds of that occurring naturally? Then we're looking at two more blocks packed tightly together up in the right hand corner, and I think my picture-in-picture is going to block this one. I do apologize for that one, guys and girls, but yeah, you can see it up close. Got two parts to it, straight edges, right angles there, slightly eroded surfaces, and then down here, three more blocks next to one another. Seems as if they've toppled over, and that measures about 20 meters long. You can see a larger block, possibly this one was on top, and then the smaller one on top of this one. Very similar to other toppled megaliths and structures I've found in Elysium Planitia, near InSight. And we're looking at this structure down at the center bottom of this image, and multiple layering going on here. Got what looks like a little opening to the one side over here to the right, and then on top the square plate or slab with little sort of right angles cut into it, and then this larger piece at the top left, covering the square slab or plate. Then it's got this strange piece sticking out there as well. And even this one here, just above it, also we've got like a square slab or plate, a little triangle to the bottom, and what looks like a circular part in the center over there. Okay, I didn't zoom in on this one. There are more huge blocks in this region. This one over here measures about 15 by 15 meters, and it's got this rectangular part cut out into the one corner, very similar to what my friend found in Asimov, another one of these huge objects with similar geometry to it as well. Then we got two megaliths, maybe that's a little monolith over here. Now this one measures about 10 by 8 meters, and then the narrow, looks like monolith, maybe also 10 meters, about 1.5 meter wide. Smooth, flat surfaces, relatively straight edges, and close to right angles on each. So you got those corners. More Asimov type blocks. Looks as if these were tightly packed in the past, and they've moved apart slightly. Some of them have rolled down the slope or gully. These blocks are each about 8 by 8 meters. We're checking out these. Get the straight edges on these, right angles, smooth flat surfaces, and then that one seems to have a little circular hole cut into it there. As I say, it looks as if these blocks were tightly packed together in the past. So the blocks in Asimov look very similar. They're a lot more eroded, covered in what looks like dried out mud. But check out that block as well. Also looks like a cube, like a little square like these two, and similar size and geometry as well. This looks almost like it was a retaining wall separating the two, what looked like maybe they were reservoirs or dams. So check out that video when you get the chance. More of these blocks that we're checking out. This one over here to the left, very unusual shape. It's about 15 meters from side to side and about 10 meters wide. Another one of these chevron, maybe even an L shape. Check out the geometry and symmetry in that one side there. That's partially buried over there. Almost like a delta chevron shape, as I say. So let's check these anomalies out in Google Earth Mars, and then we'll check out some of the other anomalies in the area. And it's located 37 degrees south, whereas the InSight Lander and Elysium anomalies almost on the equator. We'll check that out as well. But yeah, those blocks are like structures, wreckage, debris, maybe even some type of technology or machinery. Okay, so yeah, looking at some of the other blocks that I found in a previous video. Also, yeah, we can see very similar to that technology perhaps that I found in the other photographs. So let's check that out, compare the two quickly. Oh, look at that. Similar objects, and then what looks like a destroyed machine as well. And there's another one of these in more pristine condition. Let's take a look at that now while we're there. This is intriguing as well, and it's almost on the other side of the planet. And it's right there. Check that out. Very similar. Back to the original location. just thought I'd show you that. I found that very, very interesting when I found those. We've got more blocks. Strange artifact, that one. Another one of those blocks with a little protrusion on the one side. Another metal plate with a rounded corner, very similar to the one I showed you in this video. Check out that strange block, very similar to one I found on the moon. Carved out surface area, strange triangles, partially buried in the Martian surface. These are massive. Check out that one. Okay, so let's switch on the CTX mosaic and check out the topography. So that it looks almost as if there was lots of liquid here, and it's very intriguing. These look like canals, perhaps natural. But looking at these anomalies, something rather strange is going on there. You can see from the curvature how these gullies are formed. Now let's check out the anomalies I found at InSight, just to get a sense of where these are located. As I say, at 37 degrees south, and up there we've got InSight lander. We had also photographed some smaller blocks. And then we've got Curiosity in this region, and the Mars Reconnaissance orbiter looks as if it might have photographed what looked like Pueblan ruins. So Curiosity hasn't reached that point yet. It would be intriguing to see what it finds when it does arrive in that region. Well, there we go. So we've got InSight and Curiosity virtually on the equator, and then just a bit to the southeast we've got this region that also has these type of anomalies. So with that said, this concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it interesting. Also starting to link up the different sites and objects nicely, so let's see how that progresses into the future, building up a nice catalogue of artifacts. Thank you to my regular subscribers and to those that recently joined the channel, also to my regular viewers. Thanks for watching and supporting the channel, and do remember, if you want to be notified as soon as I upload my next video, subscribe if you haven't, and then hit the notification bell. That's the most important thing. And I'm close to 500 subscribers. I'm really hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers. The work I do takes a lot of time and effort, and I'd really appreciate it if you guys and girls subscribe. I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers, and that will mean a lot to me, seriously. So do consider that, please. And I'll be back soon with more. I'll see you then. Bye-bye for now.